Shalom Akim. First off, I'll start by saying all praise goes to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Hakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of the millstone. Sanitation goes out to the brothers out there pushing this word in all sincerity and honesty, the hopeful elect. Go and put that number. Brother Cora Island to this prayer gonna be a quick lesson. It says top New York City officials slammed de Blasio over budget cuts in a resignation letter. This is published by Alex Nestor, September 9th, 2020. Says a top official in New York City, Mayor Bill de Blasio administration slammed the Democratic's massive citywide budget cuts in resignation letter Tuesday. Sanitation Commissioner Catherine Garcia, who has led the department since 2014, said de Blasio decision to slash her department's budget by more than $100 million this summer was unconscionable. All right, I'm gonna jump down a little bit. The new budget, which took effect July 1st, also cut 400 positions from Garcia's department and forced the sanitation department to reduce city trash can pickup by 60%. In June, the mayor also cut $1 billion in funding for New York Police Department in response to protesters who have spent the summer pushing local governments to reform and defund the police. So the main point is right here. Okay, starting right here, it says the new budget, which took effect July 1st, also cut 400 positions from Garcia's department and forced the sanitation department to reduce city trash can pickups by 60%. Now, in my neighborhood, I noticed the trash is just sitting outside for days before it's being picked up, and I believe that's going into the budget cuts. Now, this is why, through the Spirit, I decided to do this lesson. Isaiah 24:8, the mirth of tabrets cease, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of harp ceaseth. Okay, so that mirth, that joy, okay, is ceasing because of all the folly going on in and around the world, but mainly pinpointing America. All right, the mirth of tabrets cease, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. All right, that good time. Okay, that those good days are basically out the window. Okay, sports, with the sports entertainment, everything took an impact due to COVID-19 and due to budget cuts. You have something called virtual concerts where an entertainer might come on stage and rap or sing, right? And he might do that to an empty concert. Okay, verse 9. They shall not drink. Yeah, and also you have the same thing with the sports. People playing basketball, but there's no one physically there to watch the game. It says they shall not drink wine with a strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, and no man may come in. All right. It says they shall not, back to verse 9, says they shall not drink wine with the strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. All right. So you're not going to the bar and watching the game and having the drink, man, having a good time. If you're having the drink, it's going to be out of sorrow. If you could afford a drink, because a lot of these jobs are being taken away due to COVID-19, all right, and due to budget cuts, all right, and the city being locked down. Okay, so sanitation department, we just read the sanitation department took a budget cut, or the NYPD took a budget cut. Department of Health, all right, the World Health Organization took a budget cut, which they deal with diseases like COVID-19 and many others. All right. Education took a budget cut. So you're gonna have uh these little boys and girls, all right, or young men and young women not learning nothing, just running running around the streets, you know, or playing video games all day, not exercising their mind. Not that the the schools were already, the education system was already corrupted anyways. Okay, at the MTA taking a budget cut, and this is going to lead to losing of jobs. Okay, losing of homes, certain benefits, certain insurance. All right. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. And you see the city of confusion. That's America. All right, because America takes every law in the Bible and does the complete opposite. Why? Because it's a city of confusion. That's why you have men trying to be women, women trying to be men, literally, okay, by way of sex change. All right, because why? Because it's a place of confusion. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. And these businesses are shutting down. Okay, these businesses are shutting down left and right because no one is coming in to buy their products, whether it's food or appliances or whatever the case may be. It says the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets, and that wine being the word, the truth. Okay, because in this pandemic, people are wondering if it's the end of the world. Okay, how can they be saved and things like that. Okay, so there's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right, the mirth of the land is gone. And that's going into now. Okay, that's prophecy coming to pass. So let's see real quick. Let's go Isaiah 3 and 24. And it says, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, instead of girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of stomacher a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Right? And that's going in to the women, most really the women of Israel. All right, because the women are proud and wicked. All right, and they live according to the so-called white man. But that's gonna be the case for everybody. Like the article I was going into earlier about the sanitation department taking a major budget cut, and now it's trash everywhere. Trash leading to roaches and rats, all right, and other vermin, and leading to diseases. Okay, and it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair, shall be set hair boldness. All right, which a lot of our women are bald, so they rely on wigs and weave and things like that, and other hair products. But a lot of these things are going to shut down. A lot of these businesses are going to shut down. A lot of jobs are going to be lost. A lot of people will not be making money. Like even now, women are the majority of women are the breadwinners. They produce more money or more FRN notes than men. But here it is, a lot of these top high-end jobs are being done away with. It says a girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. All right, the men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, right? Because that's the time we in. Be the time of war, all right? Fought by the sword, okay? Because if the economy doing so bad and everyone is doing worse than the other, it's going to lead to race wars, martial laws, okay? And people are going to fall by the sword, whether it's by your neighbor or whether it's by being drafted into the Third World War, all right? Because that's the time we in. Now, I'm going to go from there, all right? And I'm going to go to Proverbs 1:22. Says, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity, and the scorns delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge, right? Because that's the spirit of the mirth, the folly that our people especially love to indulge in. All right, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit onto you. I will make known my words unto you. Right, that's the wine. Okay, the crying for wine. This is being brought out now. Starting our apostles and our elders, this word is being brought out. Okay, it's being known unto you, because I have called and he refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regardeth, but he hath set at naught all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. All right, because the Lord's men on the highways and byways, not just in New York or not just in America, all these different states and all across the countries. Okay, there's different, men of the Lord out there prophesying and warning the people, but people just want to continue following the ways of the world and being conformed to the world. All right. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh, when your fear cometh as a destruction, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. All right. Now, how did this thing happen? This thing happened like a whirlwind. All right. First it was in. They said it was in China, which the whole thing is a red flag or false or setup to bring in that ultimate agenda of that new world order. All right, but this thing started in China, then it came to America, then it's in Italy. All right, Africa. It's basically all over the world, and the whole world is being affected by it. All right. It says, because I have called and he refused, I have stretched out my hand, and no man regardeth, but he have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. All right, so that's the and basically you getting what you receive. You getting what you deserve. You getting what you deserve, man. If you can't eat because you lost your job, but here you put faith in that job, you put faith in that system instead of putting faith in the Most High and the Son. All right, I'm gonna get one more script, and I'm ending on that. It's Isaiah, chapter 30. Okay, verse 10. It says, which says to their seers. It says verse 9, Isaiah 30 and 9. Okay, it says that. Okay, I'll throw 8. It says, Isaiah 38, now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in the book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever, going into these prophecies. All right, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. All right, our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they won't hear it. But these prophecies are coming to pass, and you see it coming to pass now. Lamentations, mournings, woes, destruction, famine, pestilence. Okay, to name a few. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us move things. Prophesy deceit, get you out the way, turn aside out of our path, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because he despised the word and trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Okay, because like I said earlier, through the Spirit, you don't trust in the word, but you trust in this system, this government. You trust in the so-called white man, your enemy, that's oppressing you. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. All right. So at an instant, this thing could happen, man. So it's been 4 months, 5 months now, maybe going on 6 months now since the pandemic hit, since the government shut down, and then after that, it's been a snowball effect. People losing their jobs and budget cuts and so on. Okay, and it says, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall. You're gonna see a lot of our people falling dead from the calamities that's coming upon this place. All right, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking comes suddenly at an instant. All right, if we want to say peace and safety and sudden destruction, and ye shall break it as the breaking of the potter's vessel that is broken in pieces. He shall not spare, so that there shall not be found in the bursting to it a shred to take fire from the heat, or to take water with oil out of the pit. All right, so that's the destruction coming upon all these people, man. Starting with the Negroes, I told Native Americans. Okay, but yeah, that's the destruction. That's the judgment. Okay, and with that, I hope brothers were edified, and I want to see all praise goes to Yahweh, Shimmy, Yahweh Shabbat, Shem Hakwadash, and double honesty apostles and El's Great Millstone, and Shalom to Akamate Prince's word in all sincerity and honesty. Shalom.